G'day, fellow miners, and welcome to episode 31 in my all-new Digging Minecraft series. My name, of course, is Armitage. Oh, eggies. Bloop. Today's episode, first of all, I want to talk about a new texture pack I've been using. It was recommended to me by a subscriber, and I don't know how well this is going to come across through YouTube, but if you get like real close to the stone texture or real close to the wood texture, you can kind of see that it's still the default textures mostly, but it's ooh, glowing chest. But it's actually high resolution, and it has a kind of little bit of more depth to the textures. It isn't a complete texture pack. It's about 85%. The name of the texture pack is Redcraft, R3D, CRAFT, Redcraft. It's 128 by 128 resolution texture pack. You can see in the grass that the grass has got little specks in the in between the specks. It's a really nice texture pack. It keeps that kind of vanilla theme. You can see the shush cows. You can see the vanilla textures still. But you know, it's gives them a whole new kind of depth. Like, look at the cobblestone, for example. You stand back, you can see it's the old cobblestone texture, but you get closer to it and it gives it this kind of like bump mapped even effect. Anyway, so that's Redcraft. It's a really nice texture pack. Thank you for suggesting it. Also, obviously, 1.3 is out. I have an ender chest. That's all that came in 1.3. Nah, not really. I have also set up a little dispenser down here that dispenses boats if I need a new boat. Come back here, you. And there's another thing. If you break a boat now with your weapon or tool or fist, you get the boat back, which is awesome. Of course, if you crash into stuff, it breaks. But you know, if you're traveling around and you've got a boat, you don't have to destroy it and then build another boat. You can just break it, pick it up, and go on your merry way. Some other little interesting features. You probably all know these, but there's a couple of little things. Netherwort now grows outside the nether. So you just have to plant it. I don't know. I just noticed that this netherwort had grown. I don't know whether you have to plant it in soul sand. I imagine you probably do. I suppose I could stick a bit of netherwort down somewhere and check and see whether or not it grows, can't I? Just put a bit... no, you can't plant it. So yeah. So netherwort now grows outside the nether. There's a lot of other stuff. You can see I've got some ice now from my ice farm. My ice farm is complete. We'll go and have a quick look at that, just to look at how I've visually finished it off, and we can have a look at the huge block of ice that I now have. And we'll go down the bottom. I decided to put in this side tunnel so that you can get down here to you know, in case there's any jams with these ice conveyors. If we go up here, you can see this is all all snow blocked all the way along. Lighting conditions don't really matter downstairs or up here because down there it's all half slabbed and up here it's glass, and at the end here it's half slabbed, and this is where the magic occurs. So you can see it's all finished. I took a leaf out of Doc M's book. I was considering doing it anyway, but I put an automatic like cut off. So when this huge thing reaches here, which would take a very long time because it's taken quite a while for these. Well, it was four full slices. There's now 3 because I took one slice off the front, which is where I got this, and it's a 6 by 11, so 66 blocks of ice in each slice, and at the moment it's 3 deep, so there's like nearly 200 blocks there. But once they push up against this piston here, we'll bang you see that that's a bud switch that activates, and then when I like break all the ice away, it doesn't actually reactivate. So this is if you remember, I did a tutorial for an RS NOR bud switch, and that's the set, and this is the reset. And basically that just sends a signal down there all the way down to the piston that covers the water to stop it from freezing. And I use like a basic method of instant wire to do that. I won't go into it. If you're interested in instant wire, just look it up on YouTube. There's tons of videos about instant wire. Haven't seen any pigmen yet coming out of my portal. So they're pretty rare. I have been working on where do I want to go? I had to play with the timing of this elevator. Some eggy eggs. Seeing that you're now running a multiplayer, like a mini multiplayer server with a multiplayer client. So I had to play with the timing on that elevator. Everything else works pretty much without fail. I'm still having a little bit of trouble with this boat elevator. Every now and then I get, like, if I go to the top from outside, like if I walk up the mountain, I'll get up there and the boat will be up the top, kind of half, just sort of sitting there. So I don't know if there's an issue with going out of maybe that trapdoor kind of disappears when you go out of, when the chunk unloads, and when you come back the boat is released and then the trapdoor comes back. Anyway, I'm going to have to try and figure out what the deal is with that. This is what I've been working on. It's kind of a, don't worry about this, this is just a temporary thing. This is going to be my little villager market. So all the villagers are going to be back here. I want probably about 20 or maybe 30, so 10 to 15 in each side. I managed to ship villagers over. Hello. Now I'm done it though. I might just mess with the sound because it's quite loud. There we go. I managed to ship 2 villagers over from a village not far from here, or not far from. It's still really loud. I haven't managed to get them to breed though. I don't know enough about breeding to kind of get them to do their thing. I don't know whether it's going to take a while, or maybe I'm still too close to the village. I've put this tunnel all the way to the surface, nothing blocking it. It's uninterrupted sunlight apart from this, but I don't think that it matters if maybe I'll do this. To experiment a little bit more. But I don't want these guys to be able to get out. Because they're a pain to get anywhere. So I ran rails all the way from here over this rail down through the tunnel out, and I had to do it in sections, and I did do part of it in 1.2 and part of it in 1.3, and in 1.3, well, wow, villages are a pain to move. I'm glad I didn't have to do the whole thing in the 1.3. I'm glad I got them at least in 1.2.5. I got them to it's night time. I got them to close to the snow biome, the edge of the snow biome. So the village is kind of that way, but you have to go over to the snow biome and go that way. I do have a bit of footage. I might super it up in the corner. I may have already supered it up in the corner of me wrestling with getting the villagers going. But I want to try and breed them, and if anyone's got any tips, I'd love to speak to Doc M, because he's like the expert on villager breeding, so I'll have to try and get in contact with him. But in the meantime, if anyone has any tips, feel free to, I don't know, give me a video response, or even just send me a message via YouTube, or leave a comment, and let me know what you know about villager breeding, because it's a complete and utter black area for me. I've never dealt with it. Most of the stuff that I play around with, I get a little bit of info from people's channels that I know. Like I might get a bit of info from Doc M's channel, or Ethos, or you know, Zoomovoid, or even smaller guys that I watch that aren't as popular as they should be. Guys like Menace, or Zul'jin, One Wolf, Cerberus Black. Normally I get a little bit of information from them, and then I can kind of build on that. But as far as I can tell, Doc M is pretty much concentrating on super breeding cells. Let's see, there we go. Growing netherwort. Yeah, Doc M is kind of sort of concentrating on super breeding cells. Like the only breeding video of his I could find was turning your village into a mass breeding crazy overpopulated thing, and I don't really want that, because I don't want to kind of log in one day and have, you know, 1,000 villagers kicking it in my store area. So yeah, any hints or tips on what the requirements are for villagers to breed? I know they need a house, I know they need doors, and I know they need unobstructed sunlight to those doors, I think within 3 blocks. But that's pretty much all I know, and I've played around on my test world with it a bit, and I did manage to get 2 villagers to produce another villager, but I didn't wait long enough to see whether there was any further breeding. So yeah, I may just sit AFK and watch these guys for a while, see if I can't get them to get involved in some loving. But that's really it for today's episode, guys. They're opening doors. That's a good sign. I'm going to leave it there, and hope you enjoyed the episode. I am going to try and get back into regular uploads. I have just gone back to school, back to we'll call it university. I'm studying an advanced diploma in computer systems engineering, and I'm still kind of wrestling with the timetable, with the schedule, and it's a pretty busy semester this semester because I was a mid-year enrollment. They're kind of jamming a whole year's worth of work into one semester, and I'm not struggling. I'm having an easy time of it. I'm getting the work done, and I'm doing, I'm getting, like, we do every chapter of the Cisco stuff we study, we do a test, and I'm nailing the tests. But I'm still trying to figure out where my free time lies and how much study I have to do after getting back from school. Plus I travel 3 hours there, and like an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back every day. So it's 3 hours of travel on top of my school time. And like a Wednesday for me is a half day, so there's options there for me to record stuff. Tuesday, normally my roommate is away. He wasn't last night, so this is why I'm recording today. So there is a couple of days where I can maybe bang out a couple of episodes, and if I can get 2 episodes out a week, I think I'll probably keep you guys happy. So hopefully that's the plan. Starting next week, I'll try and get a more scheduled release going for episodes. Try and get at least 2 episodes a week out. I've still got to edit another 2. I might make it 1 video for Diablo 3 if you guys are still interested in seeing that for Act 3, and I might lump Act 3 and Act 4 together because there's not many bosses in Act 4. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today. As I said, leave me some comments or send me a message or a video response with some information about villager breeding and how I can get it working. Do I need a minimum size house? Is the setup I hear I've got working? Do I need to clear out more space for them, etc.? So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and keep on digging.